My name is Natalie Fisher and I moved to Cumberland in October of 2022. I've lived in a number of different countries around the world and chose Cumberland for the natural beauty, for the people, having the ocean on my doorstep, and ultimately for the low carbon footprint, being able to work remotely from home. The beauty of living in Cumberland, working remotely, you can do it from anywhere as long as you've got a good internet connection. And so why be in a small apartment in the middle of a city when you can live in Cumberland? You've got all of the beauty, the natural beauty here, right on your doorstep. When you take a break, you can take a hike, you can walk your dog off leash. It's just a wonderful way to live, and the quality of life is just spectacular. What makes it different living in Cumberland? I've lived in Ontario, I've lived in New York City, I've lived in Switzerland, Thailand, Cambodia, and you can't really compare, really. But I don't miss the skyscrapers, I don't miss the traffic, the pollution, having noisy neighbors. Here I have peace and quiet and tranquility, but I also have accessibility. There are 2 airports in less than 2 hours drive. There are cities and towns at my disposal. It's a wonderful way to be. My favorite thing about Cumberland is really the water. The Northumberland Strait being next to me, I just love it. I love all seasons, watching it change, but in the summer I can get in my kayak and I can paddle, I can swim. We've got the warmest waters north of the Carolinas. You really can't beat it. If I was to give some advice to someone considering coming to Cumberland, I'd say first of all, come and see. Either you can see wonderful things online, but come and see for yourself. There's a tremendous variety of houses, places to live, rural, in towns, but come and see for yourself. The cost of living in Cumberland, right now the cost of living everywhere is high, but when you consider the cost of housing, when you consider a lot of the costs of services here, much lower than what you'd have to pay in most other parts of Canada. So you really have some tremendous savings, I think, living in Cumberland compared to other places. There's good value. The size of the house or the property you can buy here is much greater than what you'd find in Ottawa or Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, you name it. The quality of life here is amazing. You don't have traffic, you don't have noisy neighbors, you have peace and tranquility. You've got so many different options in terms of how you spend your time, especially if you love the outdoors. I think certainly the people here are wonderful and warm and welcoming. Also the sense of safety. You don't have to worry about locking your car and your house, if you're heading out the door to run an errand. There's a peace of mind that is associated with that you don't have to be so afraid about somebody breaking in. My husband and I made the decision to move to Cumberland, and it's the best decision we've ever made. There's no looking back. Join us in Cumberland, where you really can have it all.